All right, peace family. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are having a great day. Mine is moving. Mine is moving. Um, Doing some homework, doing some research. And I entitled this live that you may be missing out on opportunities. In fact, I know you're missing out on opportunities. And what makes me say that is because in me doing my homework, in me doing my research, we've done a lot over the years. In my private community, we give everything that we find. If we find it to be useful, we give it to them, right? We do all that we can do for our students to be successful. So I was combing through our private community. I was looking for a particular thing, and I'm finding things that said, "Oh, I forgot that we gave that. I forgot that we gave that list. I forgot that we searched that area. I forgot that it's an auction that's going on in that area. I forgot there's an auction in Tennessee that's a good auction, right?" So I started combing through. I don't have that type of time these days to really comb through lists like I was doing tax deed vesting as a outside investor. Now we're running a whole program, so I'm more concerned about finding lists and giving them to the community and just make sure they have the opportunity to have these same wins. But occasionally, once I do have time, because I'm always looking for things that we can teach from and things that we can help new people that come into our ecosystem, because it's a revolving door. We get new people coming in, we have people that have time on the clock. And I know what my class is doing. I know that they're probably not going through old lists, because what happens is when a hot county or a hot auction comes to the top or rises to the top, everything else people focus on just that auction. But we have to remember that if I gave a list in 2024, this list I'm looking at, I gave that list in 2024, right? I know that in 2025, I gave probably a newer list, and they focus on whatever we've been focusing on. The newer list is what the community is probably focusing on. But you have to keep in mind, when it comes from an auction standpoint, how often does an auction come around? Well, it'll come around at least once a year. That I'm sure of, because people forfeit their taxes and they foreclose and have tax sales. And if you're a county or state that participate in these tax foreclosures, it's going to happen at least once a year. Some of them, it's all year around, meaning that the doors are open, properties are coming in and going on the market on their list all year around. This is why I'm saying you are missing opportunities, right? Because I quickly, less than 30 minutes of me combing through a list, I found two properties. One, and these are entry level prices. I found one that was going for $500 that was worth $3,500. Right? I found the property going for $500 worth $3,500. That's tripling or 4xing your money. Now, what if you had two of those? That's a profit of 3,000. That's a profit of 6 grand for the month. Then I found another property that was going for a bit more for $3,500. But that property on the market was worth $8,000. And this is just from a tax sales standpoint. And these are the lists that we put in front of you, right? So that's why I said you may be, I'm sure, right? I don't know how else I can help. And I have to even pat myself on the back, because as I was looking through everything that we have given so far, I was unaware that we have given so much, because we've been doing this for 3 years in a row, constantly, day in, day out. So over time, we've accumulated lengthy lists of different places to invest in. There's no shortage of opportunities, is what I'm saying. Here's some things that I came across off of the list that I was looking at today. And I'm going to teach when we have our training on Wednesday. I'm going to teach and study from this list with our private community. If you take a look at this, when you wonder if there's opportunity that's out there, let me show you this. Let me just show you this. If you wonder if it's opportunity out there, this is not the Acre Boys list. This comes from the county. It says for sale for $50. Next one, for sale, $100. Next one, for sale, $3,000. Next one, for sale, $2,400. Next one, for sale, $75. And this list goes on and goes on. So there's no shortage of opportunities. You just have to know where to look. You have to be plugged in and know how the game is played and where it's being played. Because I always say, if you knew that property still existed for $50, $100, $2,000, you would probably at least inquire to figure out or find out how profitable, or you should, to try to figure out how profitable would a flip be on these properties. And this is what I wanted you to come and see. And this is why I said you're missing opportunities. This is not a chat GPT list. We're not dealing with AI. This is real lists from a real place in the country. This is from an auction in Tennessee. They're letting properties go for as little as what you see. Your job as a tax sale investor would be to go and review those properties to make sure indeed they are a good property to buy. Review the market to make sure you can flip for a profit or a gain. That's tax deed investing 101. And I love when I have the opportunity to show these things for you to see them with your own eyes, not my opinion. So we'll be teaching tomorrow in New York City. We'll be teaching entry-level investing. We'll be teaching how to locate these places. We'll be teaching how to participate in these places. And this is how you get started as a new beginning land investor, right? I always give practical steps. And practical steps is not to jump out the window if you don't have a large budget and go try and pick up a 10-acre or 20-acre or things like that. If your budget permits you to do so, then do so. We can position you to do those kind of deals as well. Our largest acquisition has been 260 acres. So we do have experience in large acres. We do have experience in doing bigger deals. For everyday people that may have a limited budget to get you going, we put these kind of scenarios in front of you because you should have this type of finances to be able to begin in an asset class that can turn a profit. If you can't afford, $1,500, $2,400, in this case, $100 property, if it was a good property, we can't help any further, is what I'm saying. So comment the word top 20 to get in the room. We're down now less than 24 hours. This will go on tomorrow morning. Comment the word top 20 to secure the final spot. And we'll be there tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be breaking down all of this, everything that we spoke about, every step on how to set your business up. First things that you should be doing as a tax deed investor, as a beginning land investor. We'll be breaking that down. I'll be giving you places. Tomorrow, I'm going to give them a place where they'll be going out and looking at land for $1,500 that they'll be able to put back on the market for minimum prices $5,000 to $7,000. That's a 4 or 5x, close to 5x flip on your money. Now, if I turn to your profit, any profit is a win. But if I'm positioning you to 3x and 4x your investment, is that not a win? Is that not a win? To pick up on a skill set that you can keep going. You can keep going with this skill set. Then you start to rinse and repeat those steps that you took. And then you start to scale on those steps that you took. Because if you learn how to do it one time, you'll know how to do it 2 times. Now, what happens when you start doing it 2 of those in 1 month? right? What happens when you start doing 2 in 1 month? Now that's like 8x your money. Then you get really comfortable. Then you start going, I'm looking to do 3 and 4 a month. And this is how, from entry level investing, you scale up and you start to build your bank account up. Then you start to do bigger deals. I don't know. This is the blueprint for new investors. This is the blueprint if you're looking to get your feet wet. Clearly, if you have experience or a larger budget and you want to go after acres, we can situate you with that. Right now, I'm catering to a new person that may have a limited budget or not, but want to begin from an entry level standpoint. That is the blueprint. Start with tax deed investing. Do one deal. Let one deal turn into 3 deals. Rinse and repeat the steps that you took to complete those deals. Turn a profit. Put the profit back into the business to go and find more deals. And keep that cycle going till you have a flow of cash coming in. Now, what you're seeing on the screen, this offers so many options. What options are you referring to, Ray? We give us a game plan called seller finance. If you can ever find a market that allows you to buy land at these prices, $100, $1,500, $2,000, and you can sell it back on the market for at least double or triple your money, seller finance is a healthy play to run on these kind of numbers. We'll also be breaking that down tomorrow. So comment top 20. I'm going to give you the seller finance play. Seller finance will allow you to turn a profit every 30 days. And I'll break it down on this live. So if you're buying properties at these prices of what you see on the screen, and if the property is worth double or triple your money, let's say hypothetically you paid $1,000 for it, you put it back on the market. Once you become the owner of it, you put it back on the market and ask for a down payment of $1,000 of what you paid. You're selling the whole complete deal for $3,500 and you let them seller finance the remaining $2,500. Keep the seller finance note. You keep it low. You play the bank. You state the terms. We teach you how to do all of that. We give you the paperwork, how to set up a seller finance deal. So you have your money back that you paid for the deal. Everything else is profit at that point. So you're charging someone $200, $250 monthly to pay off the deed or for the land that they sell a finance from you. Now you've accumulated $250 every 30 days for the next 8 to 9 months. Think now, what if I had 5 of those deals? What if I had 10 of those deals where someone was paying me $250? Now you have accumulated $2,000 to $3,000 a month every 30 days, and it's all profit, and you don't own a house. You don't deal with any tenants. All you do is collect and keep a log sheet of when they paid. That's it. Once they pay it off, or if they pay it off, you then send them the deed. You don't even transfer ownership until it's paid off. So there's options. There's several options that can be played as a land investor. And this is all beginner steps. We've ran these plays. I've personally ran these plays. So I know that they work. If you can locate an area or place that you can buy for low denominations, seller finance in the long run, because this is investing. I'm telling you that you would rather receive $2,000, $3,000 a month every 30 days as opposed to flipping the property for $3,500 one time. It may seem like a better profit initially, so you would rather. Telling you, every 30 days, if you can keep something coming through the doors, it'll serve you better. All right. Comment top 20. We'll be teaching all these plays tomorrow. If you commented top 20, somebody from my team is going to personally reach out to you, right? We're moving to a phase to where we're looking to be more personal. I want to know more insight about the audience that I'm catering to. I want to know more insight about your needs and things like that. So comment top 20 and someone from my team will reach out to you. And that's it for today. Hope it was insightful. If it was insightful, somebody drop something in the comments, drop the fire emoji. We want to make sure that we're doing a good job in servicing our audience the best way that we possibly can, because that's what I stand on. I want to say something that's inspirational. I want to say something that's motivational, and I want to say something that's informative. All right. And we'll check back in tonight. I'll be back on tonight, probably doing another live somewhere around 7:30, 8 p.m. We'll get through this masterclass on tomorrow. Then after that, then I'm thinking we'll talk later about that. Let's just focus on the masterclass. As I stated, if you commented top 20, someone will respond to you inside of your inbox. So be on the lookout for that. All right, we'll speak soon.